In this lesson, we're going to take a special look at some styles you can use to customize your lists. For the text part of lists, you can use any of the styles we used before, like font size or color. And just make sure to add the style to the UL tag for the whole list, or to the LI tag for just one item. Here, what we want to look at is the decoration or the numbering style that denotes each line. Now for ordered lists, we saw earlier that you can change the numbering using the type attribute to get upper and lowercase letters, or upper and lowercase Roman numerals. We can accomplish the same thing using a CSS property instead. I'll go to our style tag, and we'll just add a rule for our ordered list. I'll type in the OL tag name. We'll add in some curly braces for opening and closing the style rule. And then, to change the decoration on the list, I'll use the list-style-type property. If I want to have uppercase letters used instead of numbers, I would just change the property value to upper-alpha. Let's save our change, and we'll go back out and take a look at our list. Now you can see it's using the capital letters A, B, C, D instead of 1, 2, 3, 4. Now the advantage of using the CSS property is that I can set up one style to change all the lists on the page. And in addition, it will let me use number styles that aren't available with the type attribute. We can number our lists using things like Chinese, Armenian, or even Greek numbers. And remember, if I set this style into a style sheet, I can set the styles for all the ordered lists on my site. Now we can also use the list-style-type property with unordered lists as well. Let's go down to our list in the document, and I'll just switch the OL tags to UL tags. If I save my document and refresh the page now, we can see we have a default unordered list with a filled dot symbol used to denote each one of the lines. Now if we want to change that symbol, we can go back to our document, and I'll change the style rule to one for UL instead of OL tags. We'll still use the list-style-type property, but in this case, I have a couple of other symbols to choose from. The first one is circle. Let's save that change, and when I refresh the browser, you can see that we still have a dot, but this time it's an unfilled dot with just the outline of the circle showing. And we can also use a square. I'll save that change, and when I refresh the browser this time, we have a filled square shape. Now those are the shapes that are included, but we also have an option to use your own image shape instead. If you take a look in our Section 3 folder, you'll notice that I have an image here called star.gif. So let's use that on our list items. In order to use an image, we need to change the property that we're using in our style rule from list-style-type to list-style-image. And then we need to tell CSS which image to use. So first, I'll type URL, which of course is short for Universal Resource Locator. And then we need to use parentheses and quotes to supply the path name to the image we want to use. Our image is in the same folder as our HTML document, so it'll just be the name of the image, star.gif. I'll close my quotes and my parentheses, and let's save this change now. We'll go back out to the browser and refresh. And now you can see our star graphic is placed in front of each list item, instead of one of the other symbols. Now there is one more important thing that we can do with either the ordered lists or unordered lists, and that would be to remove the symbol or the numbering altogether. Let's go back over to our style rule, and for this I'm going to go back to list-style-type for the property name. To remove all the symbols, I simply replace the value with the word none. I'll save that change. And now when we refresh the browser, you can see that we still have a list, but this time we have no symbol in front of the items at all.